Okay. Awesome. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie McMillan, and I'm super bummed that I wasn't able to present to you guys in person, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to present to you guys online. I am a part of the metabolic regulator group on insulin, and today I will be talking to you guys about how insulin regulates blood glucose and its effects on diabetes. So insulin and glucagon are hormones secreted by islet cells that are found within the pancreas. They are both secreted in response to blood sugar levels, but in the opposite fashion. So with that being said, insulin is normally secreted by the beta cells of the pancreas. The stimulus for insulin secretion is high blood glucose, and it's as simple as that. Although there are always a low level of insulin secreted by the pancreas, the amount secreted into the blood increases the blood glucose. So, as can be seen in the picture to the left, insulin has an effect on a number of cells, including muscle, red blood cells, and fat cells. And in response to insulin, these cells absorb glucose out of the blood, having the net effect of lowering the high blood glucose levels into the normal range. Glucagon is secreted by the alpha cells of the pancreatic islets in much the same manner as insulin, except in the opposite direction. So, if the blood glucose is high, then no glucagon is secreted. But when the blood glucose goes low, however, such as between meals or during exercise, more and more glucagon is secreted. Like insulin, glucagon has an effect on many cells of the body, but most notably the liver. So, with that being said, insulin is the hormone that instructs beta cells to stop storing glucose and instead to release it into the bloodstream so that the body's cells may function properly and have enough energy to carry out their tasks. So now I'll go into the molecular mechanism whereby insulin triggers the uptake of glucose from your bloodstream. So soon after a meal, the digestive system begins to break down the food you have eaten. The carbohydrates in this food are broken out into a simple sugar called glucose. As this glucose is absorbed from your digestive system into your bloodstream, your blood sugar levels start to increase, and your circulatory system next will be carried out to the glucose and the muscle cells throughout the body, as well as where it is going to be generating its energy. The most important part is that in order to get that glucose that's now in your bloodstream into the muscle cells, you need to have the insulin present and able to trigger that uptake. Insulin is a small protein hormone produced by your pancreas as the concentration of glucose in your bloodstream as it rises. Your pancreas senses this and increases and is stimulated to release insulin into that bloodstream, that newly released insulin that plays a key role in regulating the concentration of glucose in your blood, as a process known as glucose homeostasis, in which that insulin is now released into your bloodstream. It binds into that extracellular domain of receptor proteins and is found on the surface of the liver muscle as well as fat cells. This binding triggers the autophosphorylation of the intracellular domains, which return phosphorylate a specific substrate signaling protein. The protein that phosphorylates other downhill signaling proteins, leading to an amplification to this signal at each step. And this overall signaling process is known as a signal transduction cascade, which one important consequence of this signal cascade is that the movement of the glucose transport proteins called glutes towards the cell surface. As these storage vesicles fuse with the cell membrane, the number of glutes present on the surface of the cells increase, which allows the glucose to enter the cells. So lastly, as a result, the glucose concentration is the bloodstream as it decreases, the glucose is now inside the cell where it can be metabolized to generate the energy in the form of ATP that is needed in all your cells, and that is how insulin helps the sugar you eat turn into the muscle that you use. So, with a message that you can take with you, there are times where there is either little or too little insulin in which is produced. When both of these circumstances happen, there's numerous intricacies or illnesses that can task the body and lead to the disturbance of legitimate incapability, and which can be super dangerous. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my portion of the presentation. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching.